Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
Welcome back here to McMorran Place. Prowlers and Venom getting set to drop the puck for the final time this season. Venom looking for the season series sweep. And before we get to tonight's game, I'll probably say it again later. The Venom roster is so not correct in a lot of different places. Jim Cerny, the voice of the Venom, tried to work with me this week. We worked together to try and figure out what numbers players are going to be wearing. I still have no idea. I still saw players wearing numbers that I have not seen that are not on any roster or even on the box score last night. So we will be going step by step trying to figure out who's wearing what number for the Venom tonight. So please do stick with me in trying to figure that out as we move along. Just a little programming note. But before we get to tonight's game, take a look at the last game for these two teams. And for the Venom, that was last night. And what you're seeing on your screen, no, that is not a typo. The Dashers Hockey Club of Danville, Illinois, won a hockey game. Their first win since October the 25th, 146 days ago. The Dashers snap a 43-game losing skid with a 7-3 victory over the Venom in Poughkeepsie last night. Their first ever road win in Dashers franchise history. They also set a franchise record with 7 goals in the game. They had only scored 5 goals in a game once this season prior to last night. But all streaks are meant to come to an end, and the Dashers losing skid finally has. And you had a little bit more magic last night. You look at Parker Rutherford with a 64 save performance, a career high for him. Zach Horn with his first multi-goal game in the FPHL. He put 4 in the back of the net last night. Meanwhile, just wanted another update, and hopefully this gets corrected at a later date. But John Moriarty's stats are incorrect. He was replaced by Rahul Sharma. After the third Dashers goal, Sharma should be the one taking the loss, but it's listed as Moriarty staying in the game the whole time, so that box score is incorrect. It was mentioned on the broadcast last night when Moriarty left, again, after the Dashers' third goal. If there's anybody out there who is listening who can fix that sort of thing, please do, and please also fix the Venom's roster, I beg of you. But we move on. I digress. Go to the last game for the Prowlers. That was last Saturday here at McMorran Place, a 7-3 win over the Motor City Rockers, 5th straight victory for Port Huron. And they win the season series as Lucas Lockney with a 5-point night, a hat trick, second hat trick of the season for the Prowlers. They sweep the weekend from the Motor City Rockers, and the Prowlers stay red hot. And they stay in third in the Empire Division as they are now up by 5 points on the Wolves. Watertown with 2 games in hand. Venom, meanwhile, down to 3 games in hand on the Rockers and still sit 7 points back of that final play-in spot. The only spot that's left to be decided, and the only 2 teams that are left unchecked, the Rockers and the Venom. Prowlers 9 points back of Danbury for second place in the division, and they have the same number of games left to go, 8 for both Port Huron and Danbury. Well, I don't know if he will be in the lineup tonight. I don't believe so, but Declan Conway is a new face for this Venom squad, acquired along with Matt Bazarin today to complete the Dustin Jesso trade on trade deadline day 11 days ago. Somebody will have to explain that one to me, how they are able to complete a trade 11 days after trade deadline day, but we will figure it out, I guess, at some point. He split this season so far between Baton Rouge and Monroe, 3 games with the Zydeco. Immediately becomes the Venom's goals and points leader, does Declan Conway. Again, unsure if he is here, as he did play for the Moccasins last night against the Rock Lobsters. Well, for the Prowlers, Lucas Lockney has been unbelievable over these last 10 games. Last 10 games, pardon me. Averaging over 2 points per game during his 10-game point streak. 9 points in the 2 games last weekend against the Motor City Rockers. So 9 points in just those 2 games alone. And out to 17 goals, 23 games this season. Tied for second on the Prowlers with those 17 goals. Lucas Lockney, a huge part of this Prowlers lineup, and he continues to be as an offensive leader, and he will continue to be on that top line. As we take a look at the lineup for tonight, Prowlers getting a big boost with Daniel Chartrand returning tonight. As Chartrand slots into that third line, Jamie Bussell drops down to play with Chartrand and Dylan Marty. And I'll tell you one thing, I don't want to be a defenseman going back to retrieve pucks with Daniel Chartrand and Dylan Marty right on my tail. Those 2 guys, tough players to play against, hard in on the forecheck every single shift. So that should be a great third line for the Prowlers tonight. Again, that top line stays the same. Vinny DeCumbus moves to center, and he'll now play with Tucker Scantleberry and Austin Federley. On the back end, Brian Parsons returns after missing last weekend with a lower body injury. And that is a big boost for a Prowlers lineup that is now missing Ludwig Thelstrom, who was placed on a personal leave earlier today. As the referees have hit the ice tonight, including referee Kevin Mallon, who is refereeing his final weekend in Port Huron. He is set to retire after this season, and there will be a little bit of a nice thing for Mallon tomorrow night, should be at least. Tonight is Mental Health Awareness Night in Port Huron, so we will have a special ceremonial puck drop before we get this one underway, and that one's sponsored by Community Mental Health. So an important night here at McMorran Place, second year that the Prowlers and St. Clair Community Mental Health are partnering up for Mental Health Awareness Night. Lots to do on the side of the arena, west end of the arena. And check out all the great resources and check them out at St. Clair Community Mental Health. You can check them out on social media or find their website. Multiple locations around St. Clair County. As the Venom hitting the ice here, soon to be followed by the Port Huron Prowlers. We'll take you down to ice level for the rest of tonight's pregame ceremonies.
suggest removing your caps as we honor America and salute the men and women serving our country with the singing of our national anthem, sponsored by Hurricane by Mike Batchelor. We remind all members of the armed forces and veterans who are present but not in uniform that you may render the military salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a special welcome to Sarah Dent.
Sarah Dent back on the anthem tonight here at McMorran Place. Prowlers and the Venom moments away from puck drop. All right, I've seen the game sheet, and I do know some of the number changes. I'll try and go over them with you. So, Stavros Soilis is in the lineup. He's wearing number 29. Caleb Kinski is not 29. He is 18 tonight. Nathan Butler, typically number 3. He wears number 9. Nikolai Salov is wearing his number 3. Isaac Embry was number 26 when the last time these teams matched up. He's wearing number 11. And Camden Winters, who wore number 35 last night, is wearing number 26. Okay, let's see how long I can keep that all straightened out. But either way, we do know the goaltenders' numbers, and we will give them to you. Tonight's starting goaltending matchup, John Moriarty and Reed Cooper. Moriarty got the start last night, and as we mentioned, he was yanked after the third Dashers goal. That's not how it reads on the box score, but that is what happened. He's currently on a 12-start losing streak, and his last win came on December the 20th against the Watertown Wolves. Cooper, meanwhile, has won each of his last 2 starts, and the Prowlers have earned at least a point in each of his last 5. 32 saves on 34 shots against the Motor City Rockers last Friday, as the Prowlers continue to alternate him and Valtteri Nusiainen. In case you missed it, Daniel Chartrand in his return to Port Huron in the starting lineup, along with his line mates Jamie Bussell and Dylan Marty. Former Prowler Jonas Leas will slide in to take the draw against Bussell to begin this one. And we are underway in the Munger Physical Therapy first period. Bussell hustles back to grab this puck, and he cycles it up the near side boards to Simmons Fisher. And he throws a check, a little reverse hit on Stavros Soilis. Leas had his puck get picked, and the Venom recollect in their own end. Believe that to be Frank Steinway. This one off the boards all the way down, and that looked like it may have been an icing, but it is not. So we continue. Here comes Dylan Marty. Left wing side, tosses it in and heads off for a change. And it's Chartrand hard in on the forecheck, beats everyone to the puck. Moved up the near side wall. Millette lost it. And it's dumped in right on Cooper. He makes a blocker save and sends it over to the corner. Trey Fisher, a former Dasher, knocked down to the ice as he moved the puck. Millette over to Lockney. Outside try, eaten up by the stick of Ivan Panavanov and out of play. Lucas Lockney, if you're just joining us, and welcome in, is the first Fed game of the evening. Everybody else dropping the puck in about 10 to 15 minutes from now. But Lucas Lockney last weekend, 9 points in the 2 games. And on Saturday night here at McMorran Place, a 5-point effort, including the Prowlers' second hat trick of the year. Here's Austin Federley right off the faceoff. Lockhart takes the shot, it's blocked. And Federley collects on the other side. Down towards Scantleberry. Playing it behind the net. Taken off his stick and sent all the way down ice. And that will be an icing against HC Venom. They'll have to stay out there. Although Trey Fisher trying to be allowed off. It looks like he has some kind of an equipment issue. Something to do with his skate lace. The referees will keep him out there. He disagrees with that. Referees tonight are Kevin Mallon, Jonathan Sitarski, the linesman Brian Thurnauer, and Jeremy McWalter. So Vinny DeCumbis now at center. Has been a winger much of his Prowlers career, including all of this season so far. And he snaps this face-off back. Brett Lockhart. Sent it down deep. Scantleberry spinning away from Pozar behind the net, but he left the puck behind. DeCumbis. Out in front. Moriarty got a piece of it, and it's lofted out of the zone. Solov sidesteps most of a check from Mark Blaney. Now centering feet. Salva's back in, and a glove save by Reed Cooper. As Solov got a chance in tight. Off the turnover down low. So the Venom with a good first opportunity for them tonight. This one chipped off the boards and out of the zone. Chartrand on for Marty, and he fanned on the shot. Got his first pro goal last weekend, did Dylan Marty. That was a week ago in Motor City against the Rockers. Here's a fight breaking out between Embry and Heinzel. And of course, Isaac Embry, the one who injured Ben Brockway, the hit from behind. The Prowlers were in Poughkeepsie a month ago. Brockway has been on the IR since, although word is that he may be able to come off the IR this upcoming week as Embry trying to rip Heinzel's jersey over his head. They continue to wrestle. A great show of balance from these two guys. And Heinzel tackles Embry down to the ice. But Brockway has been practicing as those two still tangled up, and the Lions will have to rip them apart. And Heinzel getting the crowd going here early. As I mentioned, Ben Brockway has been skating this week. He started with a non-contact jersey, but last couple days with a full contact jersey on. Still not ready to come off the IR, but hopefully for the Prowlers, they'll get number 13 back on the ice, and Adam Heinzel still pointing at and yelling at Isaac Embry. And that's what Adam Heinzel does. He sticks up for his teammates, and you knew that something would probably happen between Embry and a Prowler tonight if Embry was in the lineup. We'll continue play deep in the Prowlers' end as Elias and Graham get set for this face-off. Graham asked to leave the draw, and Lucas Lockney, who I think had a false start, and that was the reason for Graham getting tossed out, will come in to take it instead, and now they send Reggie Millette in. See if we can drop the puck now, and indeed we do, with the pass back to the point, exits the zone. Stephen Ford, who's on his 4th team this season, sent that one down ice. Alex Johnson with it behind his net. Brian Parsons back in the lineup, missed the last 2 games last weekend with a lower body injury that came from a blocked shot against the Athens Rock Lobsters a couple weeks ago. Here's Connor Craig trying to one-hand it along. Popped out to him. Craig to the net on his forehand, and Cooper able to knock it down. Follow-up try blocked by Graham. Ricard Jelenskis centering feed. Pinballs around and Soilus after it, along with Alex Johnson. Push to the point. Hopped over Pozar's stick. Craig up to Jelenskis. And now Pozar. Prowlers try and sneak in a quick change as it's dumped in. Johnson quick up towards Scantlebury, tips it along. And too many men on the ice for the Venom here, as a player for the Venom came right off the bench to play that puck. And the man who was coming off for him did not get off the ice quick enough. So the Prowlers will get an early power play here, just over 3 minutes in. Venom with the only 3 shots so far being credited of the game. The Prowlers power play that was 3 for 7 last weekend against the Motor City Rockers will get an opportunity. Venom PK last night against the Dashers, just 1 for 3. That's right, the Dashers scored on 2 of their 3-man advantages en route to their 2nd win this season. And we'll see if Port Huron can get something going early. Off the face-off, Simmons Fisher in a battle for it. Loose puck collected, backhanded only as far as Scantlebury. Sim, down low to Simmons Fisher. And now Scantlebury takes a look. Goes across the blue line to Lockhart. Flips it back in Sims' direction. Simmons Fisher right in front. Lockhart spins back. 25 seconds gone on this Prowlers power play. Lockhart to Bussell. His shot blocked. And it's cleared out of the zone. Venom get fresh killers on the ice as Lockhart turns the corner behind his net. Port Huron also making changes as Lockhart dances in. Pulls back and dumps it around. Lucas Lockney on it. Graham, head up, back to Lockney. Right to Federley fresh off the bench. He walks the blue line, hands off for Lockhart. Millette, pardon me. Halfway through this Prowlers power play. Millette shoots it on goal, save, rebound, and that one wouldn't go for Johnson right in the slot. Federley over to Millette, who's calling for it. He shoots, and it's off the stick of Panavanov and up over the glass out of play. 44 seconds left on the man advantage for Port Huron. Being served right now by Nikolai Salov. Off this face-off, push to the line. Lockhart walks. But a penalty coming up against Braden Simmons Fisher. Interference the call as he knocked down Mark Pozar right in front of the net. And that will take care of the rest of this Prowlers power play. We'll get 40 seconds of 4-on-4 action before the first Venom man advantage of the night. And a full defense pairing in the box right now for the Prowlers in Heinzel and Simmons Fisher. Port Huron down to 4 defensemen here for the upcoming penalty kill. Chartrand drawing against Nathan Butler. Tied up, sent back to the point. Craig's shot eaten up by Reed Cooper. So the Prowlers got 1 shot on net during the time that they were on the power play. Shots are 4-1 right now in favor of the Venom. Scantlebury Butler this time. And the Prowlers able to get it back. It's Blaney. Over for Lockhart. Tries to turn up ice. Rink wide feed for Millette. Tried to slip through a check. Millette still hustling after it. And he spun down to the ice. Scantlebury came in for that puck. Upended a Venom player. Meanwhile, Millette's tied up with somebody else. And Butler grabs it. They let them play on, despite the cries from the Venom bench. Missed pass, Scantleberry turns it the other direction. Little toe drag, but had it knocked off his stick. Now Scantleberry finds it again on his backhand. Couldn't get a good shot off. He's taken down. Fans want a penalty. And we continue again. Venom now on a power play for the next minute. But they've iced the puck. So 57 seconds up on the board for a Venom power play. The 4-on-4 is over. And we will continue that when we come back, as long as somebody besides Reed Cooper recognizes we're supposed to be at a media timeout. Looks like nobody will. Oh, now we have the light on. And now we will step aside. Early going in Port Huron. And still scoreless here on the PHP Network.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network, providing resources and funding to help start or grow your business. Small business support in participating Region 6 counties. Take advantage of the network's free training and events for entrepreneurs and small business owners. The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network aims to boost your chances of success. Learn more about the network's Small Business Cohort Program. With rentable workspaces, business coaching, training, and funding opportunities, it's time to become a client of the Eastern Michigan Small Business Network.
Back here in Port Huron, Venom power play continuing for another 57 seconds. And a face-off deep in their own end, though, after they ice the puck on the power play, which is one of the great sins of hockey, is icing the puck on your own power play. Here's Daniel Chartrand causing some havoc. And now the Venom able to work it out of their own end. Craig across to the left wing side. Throwing on the brakes there is Caleb Kinski to the net, and Cooper got the paddle down to keep Kinski from pulling it out in front. Federley gets that puck and he clears it down ice. Now Kinski has worn 29 at times since being signed as a collegiate player back on February the 28th. He's number 18 tonight. Craig rims this one around for taking a hard hit from Brett Lockhart. Steinway, D-to-D pass. Now it's Craig right at the middle, and his shot blocked out of play. And Jamie Bussell coming out to the point. The newest alternate captain for the Prowlers. Last weekend, his first with the A for Port Huron, and now with Daniel Chartrand back in the mix. Prowlers have all four of their captains in the lineup together for the first time since they've all been named captains. They were all together for Bussell's first weekend as a Prowler. First game as a Prowler back in Binghamton, but he hadn't gotten the A yet. Now that he has the A, we have Austin Federley with the C, and then Bussell, Scantleberry, and Chartrand with the A's. Blaney able to send that one all the way down the ice, and Simmons Fisher released from the box. So both teams 0 for 1 on the man advantage. We continue. 13:23 left to go in period one. Lead pass for Jelenskis, tipped in, so no icing. Parsons trying to move it up in Millet's direction. Soilis able to take it away. And now Parsons again. Works his way up ice. Millet slips it all the way across for Lockney. Off for Sim. Takes the shot. Kick save by Moriarty. And the rebound pushed out to the corner. Back up come the Venom. Solov sent it in off the back glass. Parsons across to Millet. Off for Johnson, had to turn to receive that pass. Loose puck, Lockney behind the net. Off the boards, up top Millet. Walks the line, try to move it across. Had taken away by Danila Belov. Didn't get much on that shot with Millet right on top of him. Venom tried to go to work in the offensive zone, but Lockhart pulls it out of the scrum. Simmons Fisher up for Bussell. He couldn't bring it out of the zone. Lockhart goes off the boards this time. Chip back in softly, and it's Belov with a look. Belov tries to tuck it, and a good play by Lockhart to knock it away. Shot from the point was blocked by Brett Lockhart. Good defensive shift. And now Millette to the net, saved by Moriarty, and he scoops it up for a whistle. But Danila Belov all by himself at all kinds of time in front of Cooper. A couple of Prowlers reached back. I believe it was Lockhart who got that touch on it as Heinzel and Embry exit their respective penalty boxes. And they get to go back to their benches. The penalty box is empty, just over 8 minutes gone. In a critical game for both of these teams. Prowlers trying to keep their positioning in third in the Empire Division. While the Venom trying to get themselves closer to the play-in spot. They are on the outside looking in. Scantleberry bounces it up high to Parsons. Back down low, pops up in the air. Tecumba sells it down, turns it on goal, save Moriarty, rebound loose, and poke just wide. And then it's banked in! Austin Federley from behind the net, and during March Madness, the bank is open for the Prowlers captain. And for Austin Federley, he gets the monkey off the back. His first goal during regular play in 9 games. He has 1 shootout winner in that span, which counts as a goal in this league, but his first goal in 9 games. And he gives the Prowlers the 1-0 lead here tonight. And now chirping between Embry and Scantleberry between the benches right now as play continues. Here's Ford, feeding it across. And Leas couldn't bring in that pass cleanly. Blaney back behind his own net. Blaney, 2-line pass looking for Shartrand. And that is icing against the Prowlers as they couldn't connect. So they announce Scantleberry and Tecumba the assist on Austin Federley's 14th goal of the season. And he scored it from below the goal line. Don't see that too often, but you try and put pucks near the net and pucks on net, and good things happen. It did there for Austin Federley. Blaney off to Lockhart behind the net, watched by Jelenskis. Sharktran brings in that pass, gives it over to Marty on the outside. Hit shot, kick save, Sharktran just couldn't bring in the rebound to put it back home. As Moriarty was all the way out to challenge Marty on his shot, and Sharktran would have had a yawning cage if he could have brought that one in. Here's Parsons back in, he and Johnson leading the rush, the 2 defensemen, with the forwards in the midst of a change. Turnaround try by Millette, miss, and Sim picks it up off the backboards and scores. Well, the geometry strong for the Prowlers so far in this game. Federley with the bank shot, and now Reggie Millette the bank pass to Tristan Sim. And he puts it home perfectly off the back wall, his 8th goal of the year. That's 2-0 Prowlers. Well, the Venom had some chances early on to open the scoring. The Prowlers have gotten their footing under them and have now taken a 2-0 lead, and now Simmons Fisher was tied up with a member of the Venom. That was Embry. And Simmons Fisher is getting a penalty. Second time in the box this period for Braden Simmons Fisher. This time it's a cross-checking call. And HC Venom, a hockey club, as you might say, is on the power play for the second time. Reggie Millette and Brian Parsons, by the way, picking up the assist on the goal by Brian Parsons, who's playing in his 250th FPHL game tonight. Venom set up the power play. Federley had his stick tossed by Trey Fisher, and that's an interference penalty. They'll call that nearly every time. So Fisher to the box, 9 seconds into the Venom power play, wipes it off the board. We'll have some 4-on-4 action. When we come back, Prowlers up 2-0. We're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken bag, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Past the midway point of period 1, we'll have 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 51 seconds, and then a very quick 9-second Prowlers power play, just as long as nobody else heads to the penalty box in that time. As Trey Fisher is off for interference, former Dasher, and lost to his old team last night. He was released in February, signed March the 15th with the Venom. 15 points in 38 games this season for Trey Fisher, again between the Dashers and the Venom. Lead pass on for Leas. Over to Butler, tried to go back to Leas. Brett Lockhart had him tied up. Blaney trying to push through Butler. 2 Prowlers there, Nathan Butler causing all kinds of trouble. Now Scantleberry works up the right wing. Has Millette with him, throws on the brakes. Now spinning on Belov. Bounced up top, Lockhart pushes past Butler. Gets to the net, Lockhart just had it knocked off his stick. Butler poked it over to Craig. 3-on-2 for the Venom if they hurry. Here comes Craig. Drop off for Butler. Tried to go back to Craig, and Blaney able to get his stick on that pass. Millette working up, both teams finishing up changes. Millette off for Johnson, drags it through, all the way around the cage. Tried to go up to Millette, that one off a skate. And the Venom move up, all 4 skaters involved. That pass to Soilis behind him, he was behind everybody. And the Prowlers back up the other direction. Millette throws on the brakes, and he'll slow things down. Drop off for Johnson. Takes a look, he shoots, save Moriarty. Johnson in hard on the forecheck, trying to force Frank Steinway. Rimmed up the far side to Soilis. He gets into the Prowler zone. And his shot blocked. Then back out in front, Soilis tied up with Parsons. And it's poked over to Marty. So 7 seconds left in the 4-on-4 until a very brief Prowlers power play. Marty with a nice move. Gets himself behind the net. Heinzel up top. Lockhart a drive and a glove save by Moriarty, and he'll hang on. Well, it's a Prowlers power play for 4 more seconds, and then we'll get back to 5-on-5. Some up and down action in that 4-on-4 though. Stavros Soilis, that pass wasn't behind him. He was on a partial breakaway right on Reed Cooper. This faceoff will be to Moriarty's left between Federley and an unknown member of the Venom as Lockhart claps it. That hits some traffic on the way through. Back to 5-on-5. Tecumseh takes a look in front looking for Federley, just couldn't get a touch on it. Lockhart back on net. That was blocked by Ford. And it goes up out of play. Well, Stephen Ford, an interesting case the way he got here to the Venom, as he was acquired from the Carolina Thunderbirds at the trade deadline. First for Dinnick Drouin. But Drouin decided not to report. He was put on failed to report and will not be eligible to play for the rest of the season. Instead, it was Ford who got sent for Oliver Beaudoin. It was Beaudoin going to Carolina regardless, but they were originally sending Drouin, and instead ended up sending Ford here to the Venom. Jelenskis looking for that puck. 2 Prowlers on him. Simmons Fisher. Lead pass, Sim able to touch it through for Millette. Has help going to net. Sim back pass looking for Lockney. It was in his skates. And now it's sent off the top of the glass and out of the zone. That one very close to leaving the playing surface. Now Embry into the offensive zone. Got a soft shot on, steered away by Cooper. Johnson put the rebound behind the net. Bussell turns his way toward Venom territory. Lockney with Marty, gives it off. Marty tried to touch it across, didn't get much on it. Johnson keeps it alive. Looking towards Lockney, pass was out of his reach and they sent it right through the crease. Johnson turning, and now Craig kicks it along. Panovanov looking for the 2-line pass, instead goes with a soft pass up to Embry. Took a hard hit from Marty. Now Sharktran works in. He shoots, and he just missed it wide to the glove side of Moriarty. Tossed over this side and sent in deep by Solov. Sharktran able to work his way out. Bussell slips past the check from Panovanov. He shoots, kick save, and then the rebound just caromed wide. Bussell spun down to the ice. He's slow to his skates. Meanwhile, Moriarty makes a save and hangs on. Now Bussell going after one of the Venom players. I think Jamie Bussell upset that he was taken out kind of away from the player as he passed it off. Stephen Ford came over with a hit, and Jamie Bussell is being escorted over to the penalty box. Let's see if anybody else joins him or if the Venom are headed to another power play here with just under 6 minutes to go in period number 1. And it looks like this is an isolated penalty. Well, the Venom, their 3rd man advantage of the game. Tucker Scantleberry, Prowlers alternate captain, having a chat with one of the referees. Bussell getting 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct here. That's what he is in the box for. Venom power play is out there. Prowlers penalty kill has to step out to join them. Only 3 Prowlers are out there now. Austin Federley will become the 4th. And the Venom trying to get themselves on the board here. As finally we're set to go on this draw. Comes to the boards, and it's settled down. Fisher reaching out for it, pokes it behind the net to Jonas Lias. Spinning on Heinzel. And now Fisher works it up to Butler. Across Craig. That one hopped off his stick and out of the zone. Butler to Craig. And gives it back to Fisher as the Venom look to work up ice. 25 seconds gone on this Venom power play. Craig. Forced back by Sharktran. Prowlers holding the neutral zone well right now as Craig's pass blocked by Sharktran. Now Pozar finally gets it up to Lias in the Prowler zone. But Simmons Fisher picks off another feed, and that one off a body and just slides out to neutral ice. Craig walks across the zone. Now Steinway on his backhand. Able to send it in, hit the linesman. Steinway had it back for a moment, Simmons Fisher couldn't get it out, but here comes Tecumseh off to the races. Stopped by Moriarty as he got with the blocker. Tecumseh just sends it all the way back to Marty, and Dylan Marty will waste more time in his own end. Simmons Fisher winds up and fires it all the way down. 40 seconds left on this Venom power play. Up comes Soilus. Gets the Prowler blue line, chips it in, and he's closed off by Parsons. Lockhart keeps it moving all the way down. Prowlers credited with the only shot so far of this Venom power play so far. 14 seconds left in it. Soilus able to kick it along, couldn't find a teammate. Here's Belov now, and he fires it all the way around. Sent across by Ford to Soilus. His shot blocked by Parsons, and Bussell, fresh out of the box, is off to the races. 1-on-2, turns the corner, and he sent it wide. Chartrand settles it down. Bussell had to go ducking for cover on that dump. Port Huron finishing up a change here. 3.5 we approach to go in the Mugger Physical Therapy first period. It's 2-0 Prowlers. Soilus weaves in on the right wing side, and Johnson had that move read. Tecumseh on the counter with Chartrand. Tried to feed it to him. Instead, Venom looked to work back up ice, and Marty comes flying in for a check. Ford sent it all the way across to nobody. Marty couldn't get it on net as it was blocked. Back the other way come the Venom. Butler working in, diving play by Simmons Fisher to keep Butler from dropping the shoulder to the cage. Craig's shot from the point, knocked down in front. Cooper wasn't sure where it was. Tecumseh able to pull it out and knock it off the boards. Just does escape the zone. Fisher couldn't get it in, now he does. Lockhart ran into his own man, Matt Graham, who we haven't said too much about in this opening period. Now Simmons Fisher gave it away. But he muscles off Trey Fisher, no relation. And it's pushed out of the zone. Chartrand on for Graham. On the outside, dips the shoulder. Pushes it up high. Blaney one-timer saved by Moriarty. Left a rebound. Popped up in the air. And it's pushed out to neutral ice. Blaney plays it there. Fires it all the way around. Now Lockney pulls it off the boards. His rising shot. And Moriarty able to shoulder that one off. All the way at the point, it's Blaney. Across to Heinzel. Takes a look. And another blocked shot for the Venom. I'll say this about HC Venom. They are not afraid to get in the shooting lanes. Lockney takes a look. Hands it off for Heinzel. In front looking for Graham. And he couldn't get a stick on it. Prowlers cycling in the offensive end. Millette to Lockney. Couldn't pull it in cleanly. And Isaac Embry forced back into his own end, but allows his team to get a change here. Minute 20 left to go in period one. Chipped off the glass out of the zone. Johnson settles it down, chased by Elias. Parsons works up ice. Taking a look on towards Millette. And an icing called against Brian Parsons and the Prowlers, but they'll be able to rest during this final media timeout of period one. Still 2-0 Port Huron.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
63 seconds to go in the Munger Physical Therapy first period. And it's the Prowlers with a 2-0 lead. We invite you to stick around for the Moses Roses Smoke Break first intermission report. We'll take a look at this week's edition of Around the Empire. Also look at some storylines from around the FPHL and the out-of-town scores and more. It's all coming up here on the PHP Network. Prowlers seem to be going to a power play. I'm not sure why, but the faceoff is deep in Venom territory, and Ricard Jelenskis has been sent to the penalty box. Port Huron to its third man advantage of this opening period. And Federley gets it down to Johnson. Johnson from the half wall, up to Millette. Prowlers finally set things up. Cross to Lockney. Federley up top. Over to Millette. Takes the shot off a stick and wide. Graham tried to bounce it out in front. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty being served by Ricard Jelenskis. Somebody on the Venom bench did something during that TV timeout, possibly head coach MJ Markle. Federley across to Lockney. Back to Federley with 20 in the period. His shot blocked. Hit some traffic on the way through, and Lockney's pass back to Federley eluded him. One last chance for the Prowlers in this period. 10 seconds to go. Floated across to Simmons Fisher off the bench. Gets the middle, and he shot it just wide. Millette takes a look, fires it through. That hit Johnson. And that ends period number 1 with the Prowlers up 2-0. They will have 56 seconds of power play time when period 2 begins. And the linesman getting in between everybody to make sure everyone gets off the ice safely. Alex Johnson came up limping after blocking that shot. Well, not necessarily blocking on purpose, but getting hit with that shot by Reggie Millette right at the end of that opening period. He and the rest of the Prowlers head off the ice with the 2-0 lead, as everything seems to have calmed down just a little bit. And we want to remind you again, stick around for the Moses Roses Smoke Break first intermission report here on the PHP Network. Take a look at last week's highlights in the Empire Division with this week's edition of Around the Empire. Also take a look at the storylines from around the league this week, out-of-town scores, and much more. So keep it locked in here on the PHP Network. The Prowlers celebrating 10 years in Port Huron. Now's your chance to get limited edition 10th anniversary gear at the Prowlers Team Store, located on the west end of McMorran Arena at every home game or online anytime at prowlersmerch.com. You can scan the QR code on your screen now to visit the online shop. Look your POHO best with gear from the Prowlers Team Store. 2-0 for Port Huron through 20 minutes of play. We'll be right back with this week's edition of Around the Empire, next on the PHP Network.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola. a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
They're seriously not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
Colgan. Swept ahead by Belov. He's in alone. He scores. Danila Belov. Forehand, backhand, good night.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Welcome back here to McMorran Place. We're moments away from period number 2. And the Prowlers have a 2-0 lead on HC Venom. Before we get to the rest of this game, Will Wiggleman here with you, by the way, on the PHP Network. Thanks for joining us tonight. Take a look at some storylines from around the league. And we have these Venom in there a lot. And first we start with the trade that brings Declan Conway and Matt Bazarin to the Venom from Monroe, from one snake team to the other. And that finishes the Dustin Jasso trade, as the two players that originally got sent did not work out. As Joel Meerberg Anderson was released, Helmer Oscarson on season-ending IR. They were the original return for Dustin Jasso, but instead, neither of them worked out. They sent Declan Conway and Matt Bazarin 11 days after the trade deadline ends. Conway immediately the Venom leader with 18 goals and 39 points. But again, not here tonight. He did play for Monroe in Athens last night, so likely won't be here at all this weekend, even when they go to play his old team, the Motor City Rockers, the next couple of nights. Jacob Schnapp is back with the Carolina Thunderbirds. He was inactive with Macon in the SPHL since December the 13th. 7 points in 12 games this season for Schnapp. He needs to play 3 more to be playoff eligible, but that is a huge, huge guy to have back for the Carolina Thunderbirds. Certainly a heart and soul guy of that team. And I don't think they knew that they were going to be able to get him back for the playoff stretch run. But here he is, and that's a big piece to add. Much like the Prowlers adding Daniel Chartrand, Thunderbirds get Jacob Schnapp for that final stretch. And breaking news, the Dashers Hockey Club won a hockey game. 7-3, the final over the Venom last night in Poughkeepsie. First road win in franchise history, second win this season, and they snapped the 43-game losing streak. Sigh of relief for Dashers fans. They've stuck it out a long time, and now they finally get to see 3 points up on the board for the first time since October. Take a look now at how the Dashers and the other teams in the FPHL are doing right now. At the first intermission in Danbury, and it is 2-0 in favor of the Danbury Hat-Tricks, as Connor Woolley and Vadim Frolov have the goals for the Hat-Tricks. Good news if you're a Prowlers fan. Coming up just momentarily, good news if you're a Rockers fan, because they're up 3-1 on the Mississippi Seawolves late in period 1. Carter Eha has the goal for Mississippi. Cody Oakes, Yegor Kabateyev, and Josh Colton scored for the Rockers. Good news if you're a Prowlers fan. Binghamton Black Bears up 3-1 on the Watertown Wolves. Remember, the Black Bears short Tyson Kirkby, Dakota Bond, and head coach Brant Sherwood due to suspensions. But Zach Sirota, Chris Mott, and Cam Clark have scored for the Bears. Trevor Graspy, the goal for the Wolves. Quickly through the other 2 games, they're both at the first intermission. Baton Rouge and Blue Ridge tied up at 1. This could be a preview of the play-in game over in the Continental Division. Scott Chirac and Patrick Colgan, the goals there. And the Dragons and Thunderbirds are scoreless through 20 minutes of play in Winston-Salem. Boris Babick and Trevor Babin did everything they had to do in between the pipes. Of course, here It is 2-0. Take a look at the stats. Prowlers on their third power play, 56 seconds left on it as we get set to start period number 2. Out shooting the Venom 14-8. And at one point early on, it was a 4-0 lead for the Venom, or 4-1 lead, pardon me, in the shots on goal department for the Venom, but the Prowlers came on strong later on in that period. And they have the multi-goal lead, scoring 2 goals from Austin Federley and Tristan Sim, a minute and 10 seconds apart. Take a look at our PHP Network trivia question for this evening. Well, the Venom lost to the Dashers last night to help the Dashers Hockey Club break a tie with what former FPHL team for the fewest wins in a season? And before you ask, no, we're not counting that Federals team that played 3 games about 10 years ago. Just teams that played most of a season, or at least nearly a whole season, at least more than 3 games, but put your guess in the comments section. We'll give you the correct answer coming up at the start of period 3. Reed Cooper sliding into his goal crease down to our left. 8 saves on 8 Venom shots in that opening period. John Moriarty, goal crease down to our right. 12 saves on 12 Prowlers shots. Hungry Howie's second period begins now, and the Prowlers still on their power play. Here's Graham, a quick shot off a stick and wide. Johnson tried to stuff it at the side of the post and couldn't do it. Port Huron sets up now as Millette takes a look from the corner. His shot blocked, and Federley regains control at the line. Over to Luckney. Federley, Luckney again. He looks towards the net. All the way across from Millette, catches it on his backhand. 20 seconds left on this Prowlers power play. Federley, a shot deflected, save Moriarty. Graham pushed the rebound just wide. Puck still alive. Pops out to the middle, and Millette couldn't bring it in. And that should take care of the rest of this Prowlers power play as Millette revs the engines and heads back up ice. Throws on the brakes, takes a look, whips it all the way across the blue line. Couldn't find a teammate. This one cleared all the way down, and that's an icing. A little mental error there from, I believe that's Caleb Kinski. As it was back to 5-on-5, so that is an icing. Prowlers credited with 1 shot on goal during that power play spread over the end of the first and beginning of the second. They're now officially 0 for 3 on the man advantage. Bussell wins this face-off back, and Simmons Fisher has to retreat to neutral ice. Heinzel wraps it around. Scantleberry down for Bussell. That is stick lifted. And Jelenskis fanned on a wrap attempt. Chartrand taken in by Craig. Jelenskis in there as well. Scantleberry swoops in to try and join the scrum. Bussell pulls it out. Up high, Simmons Fisher down low looking for the stick of Bussell. Instead, it's the Venom who work out the other way. Heinzel and Jelenskis come together, the 2 number 74s. Scantleberry's stick knocked high up in the air, out of his hands. That will be a penalty against the Venom. Well, maybe Tucker Scantleberry took a penalty as well as they blew it dead with the Prowlers heading up ice. Ford came in looking for a piece of Tucker Scantleberry. I think Scantleberry may have evened this up. We'll see in a moment. The Prowlers had possession as the whistle blew, as it's Camden Winters in his second pro game who gets the penalty, and indeed it is Scantleberry going to the box as well, so we may have some 4-on-4 action here. Face-off will be down in the Prowlers zone. Winters, a junior signing, same as the collegiate signing, except he didn't play college hockey. He played junior hockey this year. He played for the Bold City Battalion in the USPHL Premier. Made his pro debut last night against the Dashers. Indeed, we have 4-on-4 hockey here for the next 2 minutes. As Scantleberry and Winters each get 2 minutes for interference. Lockhart scoops up the puck off the draw, and he goes back to Blaney. Millette lofts it on for Lockney. Now Blaney picks it up, tried to go back over to Lockhart, and that is offsides against the Prowlers. The two Braintree guys trying to start the rush there. Lead it into the zone, Blaney and Lockhart. It'll be Lockney and Leas for this face-off. Leas won it back. Craig taking a look, and he goes over to Pozar. On for Leas, left wing side. On the outside, tried to center off a stick, and it goes right through the crease all the way to the far corner. Blaney up to Millette. He's forced back to Venom on Reggie Millette. Lockhart on for Lockney with some space, working on Craig. They tie up in the corner. Lockney scoops up the loose puck behind the net. Now Craig after it. And the Venom look to move up ice. Return feed, Craig. Fanned on the shot, and now Johnson starts a rush. 3-on-3. Johnson throws on the brakes across. Millette settles. Couldn't get a shot away. And now Johnson. All the way around. Frank Steinway first there. Over to Craig. 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Craig sends it in. Sticked away by Cooper. Soilus. Turns the corner. Gets a shot off. Blocked by Parsons. Loaded out high. Steinway fakes the shot. No, he takes it. Save Cooper. Rebound there. Soilus turnaround try. That was blocked. Sim looks to work the other direction, but he couldn't handle it cleanly. Players fresh out of the box right as the puck was there. And it's Scantleberry. Gets in his shot. Up high on Moriarty. And Scantleberry couldn't put the rebound on net. Scantleberry spinning away from Butler in the corner. And those two wrestle each other to the ice. Centering feed. And it looks like Scantleberry the one getting the penalty here. As Bussell touches up, and Scantleberry throws off the mitts. Butler seems to have no interest. Tucker Scantleberry trying to draw Butler into evening things up. Instead, he may have just given himself another penalty. Fans cheer for Scantleberry as he takes his seat. Butler will also be escorted to the box, so maybe Scantleberry did at least get part of his wish. We'll find out, hopefully, when everything is settled down. Referees chatting about it. Austin Federley and Mark Pozar are the ones who are representing their team at the referee circle. Pozar, the only man with a letter left for the Venom after they named 4 near the beginning of the season. Brett Parker currently hurt with a concussion. Austin Pickford is inactive right now, and Rasmus Asp was traded to the Monroe Moccasins earlier this year. No, it's just Pozar. Nothing has been put up on the board, nothing down on my penalty sheet quite yet. We will let you know. Looks like Prowlers will have to send one more over there to serve. And Matt Graham calls his own number to serve this penalty. So we will have a Venom power play here. It's like just for 2 minutes Venom's fourth man advantage of the night. They're 0 for 3. Came into tonight with the 6th best power play in the FPHL, 21.3%. They had 9 opportunities last night, including a couple of 5-on-3s against the Dashers, and 9 true opportunities. Not saying when they call fights or coincidentals as power plays in the box score. 9 true power plays, again, including those 5-on-3s. They only scored once, and that was certainly part of the issue. Jonas Lias comes in to take the face-off. He has 2 power play goals this season, but now it will be Soilis instead who's going to take the draw. Soilis wins it to the boards, and Trey Fisher bounces it up top, but it got past Pozar, and that's as good as a Prowler clear. Moriarty swept it across to Craig. Quick up. Soilis gets into the offensive zone, drops it off for Elias. Soilis bounce up high, Pozar, Soilis again. Elias and Heinzel battling in front of Cooper. Shot from the outside, off the post, and it caroms all the way out of the zone. That was Connor Craig, who got a good chance on the far side. And he beat Reed Cooper to the blocker, but couldn't beat the iron. Back the other way is Soilis. Pass in front, tipped wide by Fisher. Lockhart able to send it out, but into the bench, out of play. Venom hoping for a delay of game penalty, but they won't get one, as it didn't go over the glass, just into the bench. Minute 3 left on this Venom power play. They're not credited with a shot on goal yet, as Scantleberry got 2 separate roughing minors. Nathan Butler, 1 roughing minor. And that is why the Venom have the power play here. Bussell able to muscle this one all the way down ice. Lias moves it through Heinzel, but his pass to the middle blocked by Simmons Fisher. Craig, D-to-D pass, Pozar. Soilis takes a look. Slowly works up top, across to Craig. Stick was knocked out of one of the Venom's hands. No arm up in the air this time, as Simmons Fisher got it out of the zone just through Jelenskis, who couldn't keep it in. 21 seconds left on this power play for HC Venom. Heinzel couldn't move it out. Parsons after that loose puck. And he is able to get it all the way down. That should take care of the rest of the call. Matt Graham, who's in to serve, set to step out of the penalty box. Still a 2-0 game for the Port Huron Prowlers as Panovanov weaves his way in. Tecumseh able to sweep it over to the corner. Panovanov scored the game-winning goal the last time these two teams matched up. That was a power play goal for Panovanov. His only power play goal and only game-winning goal this season. He has 5 tallies with the Venom. Panovanov tries to work it up the boards, right into Chartrand. Bussell comes in to throw a check on Panovanov, who comes out with the puck. Pass along for Belov. Good step by Lockhart. He ran into Panovanov, though. Lockhart with a good play to take away the pass, but Panovanov stood him up, keep it from going in offensively. Here's Belov, muscle to the wall by Blaney. Graham able to chop it out. Pushed right back in by Kinski. Graham trying to chase after that puck, and Moriarty didn't get much on that as he tried to push it over to the boards. Prowlers keep it alive. Millette had it poked off his stick by Ford. Turned back on net, missed wide. Johnson keeps it deep. Now it's off the glass out of the zone. Blaney back for it. 12-10 left to go in period 2. Graham back for Millette. And he sends it in deep. Embry works his way up the left wing side. Soft toss in. Cooper keeps it moving. He didn't get much on it, and Trey Fisher able to step in between. To a side scrum, they dig away. Johnson able to pull it out. Off for Simmons Fisher. He gets the red line. Gets the Venom blue line. Chips it around Pozar. Simmons Fisher still on it. Or he's taken into the boards. Tossed out. Bussell able to block it at center. But a penalty coming up. Kneeing is the signal. Looks like the Prowlers might be going back to the PK when we come back here on the PHP Network.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Live where you work where you play. Is your work commute making you miserable? Quit the commute. Explore hot jobs in St. Clair County paying $40,000 to $100,000 or more. Visit stclairhotjobs.com. Spend more time doing what you love. If you're not currently living in St. Clair County, or you know friends or family that moved away but are ready to come back, then visit stclairhotjobs.com to find a new job and make the move.
Back here in Port Huron, another power play for the Venom, their 5th of the night. And it's Dylan Marty in the box, 2 minutes for kneeing. By the way, Tucker Scantleberry also picked up a 10-minute inciting misconduct. He did say at one point this week he wanted to get to 200 penalty minutes. He's right about there. Faceoff will be deep in Prowler territory. As far as Prowler's all-time individual season records for penalty minutes, I think Tucker Scantleberry has broken it, because number one was Ryan Devine with 194 back in the 2015-16 season. Scantleberry came in 185. Here comes Federley short-handed. Save Moriarty. Pozar dove, didn't get enough of Federley to knock the puck away. Moriarty still had to make a stop. And Scantleberry came in tonight with 185 penalty minutes. And he just got 14 on that last play, so that certainly puts him in number one for the most penalty minutes in a season. Federley able to chop at that one. And here's Chartrand with a shorthanded rush. And Moriarty another save. This time with the pad as Chartrand was surrounded by Venom players. Craig rims it all the way around. Steinway waiting for it at the right point. Butler up top, Craig. No two-play catch. Butler over to Craig. Wrist shot blocked by Johnson. Craig again to Butler. A couple players went down in front. Chartrand blocks the shot from Butler and clears it himself. 33 seconds left on this Venom power play. We're past the midway point of the hockey game. Prowlers with a 2-0 lead on the strength of 2 goals in the opening 20 minutes. Stavros Soilis end to end. He scores! What a goal by Stavros Soilis, taking it himself. He danced through all the Prowlers penalty killers, and he gets the Venom on the board. Stavros Soilis with his 3rd goal of the season. And that one a power play goal for Soilis. Playing in just his 12th game this season and has not seen the ice since March the 1st. He makes an impact here, and he makes it a 2-1 game. Lockhart fires this one all the way around. Prowlers looking for an answer, and they have the top line out there trying to do it. Lockney centering feed as Embry and Millette were tied up, so Reggie Millette couldn't get to that puck. Here's Ford, indirect pass looking for Belov. He couldn't bring that one in. Comes to Ford at the point. Hard off the wall. Centering pass, and unable to get a good stick on that one was Solov. But he was in behind everybody. There's Lockney behind the net. Blaney takes the shot, just goes wide. It floated past the cage, and Matt Graham was looking to get a touch on it as he moved back towards the net. Johnson in his own end. Takes a look, spins off some pressure, and he just bounces out of the zone. Comes right back to him. This time he goes up to Millette. Floated across, Brian Parsons enters the offensive zone. He'll chip it deep, head after it himself. Parsons first night, centered, and he couldn't find Sim. Off the boards, Johnson walks the line, and he's muscled back out to neutralize by Butler. Ponovanov and Federley after the dump. Tecumseh in there as well, trying to dig away. 8 minutes left to go here in period 2. Simmons Fisher couldn't settle that one down as it hopped over his stick. Quick up is to Federley. All the way across, Chartrand in front. Tecumseh didn't get anything on it though. That would have been some nice passing from the Prowlers. Vinny Tecumseh just didn't get enough on that puck to put it on goal. Heinzel up to Bussell, fresh off the bench. He pulls it through, and that shot blocked by traffic. Chartrand following up the play. Simmons Fisher, a shot also blocked. Marty trying to chip it back deep. Instead, it's Fisher, had his stick lifted by Simmons Fisher. And Simmons Fisher, like a bull in a china shop, knocking down all kinds of Venom players around that puck. He heads off the ice after a productive shift. Meanwhile, HC Venom up with a rush. Nice play by Parsons, poking it away from Leas. Marty the other direction. Heads after his own dump. Marty tied up with Pozar. Craig kept it moving around. Parsons on goal, and Moriarty has it for a whistle and a face-off. 6:35 left to go in period 2. Stavros Soilis has brought the Venom within a goal. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
See that? That's what 100% mozzarella looks like. What Dough Made Daily looks like. What fresh ingredients and 8 irresistible flavored crusts on pizza cooked to perfection looks like. It's so much flavor, we don't even know if it's legal to have this much flavor. Now you can get that famous flavor for only $8.99. Wait, a large one-topping pizza for $8.99? That's a deal. It's a steal. No, it's a crime. Just $8.99 for a one-topping pizza full of our famous flavor. Now that's how we do a deal.
Hungry?
Howie's!
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Back here in Port Huron, it's a 2-1 game. Thanks to Stavros Soilis, a power play goal, assisted by Ivan Ponovanov and John Moriarty. So Moriarty, his first pro assist. And the netminder, who has made 21 saves tonight, all 9 that he's had to make in this second period, gets himself on the score sheet. Off this face-off, it's rimmed around. Quick penalty coming up. high sticking is the call. And I believe it's against the Venom here. I think they're checking Reggie Millette for some blood. And Frank Steinway to the box. Right off the face-off. Prowlers draw a penalty, and they will head to their fourth man advantage of the night. They are 0 for 3 so far. Matt Graham's unit out there, although Reggie Millette getting some assistance from Bridget Smith, the Prowlers trainer. Just needed a wipe from the towel, and now he heads out to join the rest of his unit. Matt Graham asked to leave this face-off. Millette will take it instead. It's just a 2-minute minor for high sticking. And Alex Johnson, Mark Posar pointing at each other as the linesman told them to move back on the face-off. Posar the one able to fire it all the way down.
2 minutes for Moses Rose's high sticking. Get your high on.
Austin Federley drops it off for Lockney. Didn't like what he saw, so he circled back. Millette tried to fire a pass all the way across. Federley able to work it to its intended target in Lockney. Federley walks the blue line. Wrists it through, deflected. They score! Alex Johnson tips it down and gives the Prowlers back the 2-goal advantage. A wrister to the net, easily deflectable by number 25 in black, and Johnson with his team high 7th power play goal of the year, 18th goal overall. 5:55 left to go here in period 2, and these teams have now traded power play goals in the middle frame. Daniel Sharktran looking for more. It's wrapped around Panovanov, able to keep it moving, and exits the zone. Cooper leaves it for Heinzel. As Federley and Lockney get the assist on the goal by Johnson. Lockney extending his point streak to 11 games. Jamie Bussell, long lead pass looking for Sharktran. Ford blocked it but couldn't keep it in the zone. Bussell couldn't bring that bouncing puck up, as it just disagreed with him. Heinzel around towards Sharktran, out for Bussell, all by himself as he takes a look, waits for Marty to join him. Venom back in numbers. Sharktran shot stopped by Moriarty as he pushed out that blocker. Lockhart with his head up. Long lead pass for Sharktran. Off for Federley, back pedals to Cumbus, back down for Federley. He's tied up with Panovanov. Sharktran rims it up top. Lockhart takes a look to the net. That one popped up in the air. Lockhart gloves it back down at center, right back in. Federley goes on the brakes, takes a hit from Panovanov. Soilis and Johnson swiping at it. And finally, Federley takes control. Lockhart up for Sim. He tips it in right on Moriarty, and it bounces just past the post. And Sim lost an edge. Graham almost stole that puck. It's gloved down by Craig all the way down ice. And a rare icing off the glove of Connor Craig. You don't typically get enough on the puck with your glove to get an icing, but that's exactly what happened there. Prowlers with power play goal, and they are up 3-1. We'll take a step aside here on the PHP Network.
Explore the 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron. That is Michigan's Thumb Coast. Discover charming coastal towns, serene beaches, and endless outdoor adventures. Stay at cozy hotels, paddle through pristine blue waters, and hit the fairways along breathtaking views. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
Back here in Port Huron, 4:02 left to go in period 2. And after that Prowlers power play goal, just one man sitting in the penalty box, and that's Tucker Scantleberry, having to serve 14 minutes of penalty time here in his 100th career FPHL game. Of course, spent some time in the SPHL, couple of seasons, couple different stints there. But this is his 100th in the Fed, all with the Port Huron Prowlers. Graham wins the face-off back. Lockhart whips it across looking for Johnson. And that one just bounced over his stick. Lockney at the point, covering for Johnson. Gives it to Lockhart. Back to Lockney. Takes a look. His shot blocked by traffic. Graham on his backhand. Goes down low. Lockney takes a look. Lockhart shot. Kick saved by Moriarty. And out comes Embry for Soyless. Floats it back to Embry. His shot stopped by Cooper. Left to rebound. And Cooper able to cover up and get a whistle. And now Embry getting in Lockhart's space. Millette in there as well. And of course, Isaac Embry still public enemy number 1 here at McMorran Place after the hit on Ben Brockway last month. Everybody will be separated here. But you hear the fans, you may be able to hear on the broadcast, certainly can hear it here, the fans chanting at Isaac Embry. Things that I'm not allowed to say on the broadcast, but they are yelling things at him. And now chance for Reggie Millette, who has quickly become a fan favorite here in Port Huron, has continued to be one of the most popular players on this Prowler team among the fans. Play continues off the face-off. It's rimmed around, got through Chartrand, and the race for the icing won by Marty, at least enough to negate it. Steinway sitting on the puck right now, and they'll blow it dead. No tripping call against Marty there. It's just the puck was underneath Steinway, and there's no way anybody was going to be digging that one out. So they just decided to blow the whistle and reset. Roussel to take this face-off against Saloff. Another former Dasher who lost to his old club last night. Roussel wins it back. Simmons Fisher throws that one too tall. This one comes all the way down, no icing. Joletskis and Simmons Fisher both sidestepped each other. Chartrand ended up on top of the puck. And here's Simmons Fisher. Over to Chartrand. Parsons tied up with a Venom player down in Prowler territory. Here's a shot on goal. Popped up in the air. Glove back towards Simmons Fisher. He poked it on net. And Moriarty able to hang on. And now we turn our attention back to the Prowler zone, where Parsons is tied up. I still can't identify that Venom player. Trying to figure out who it is. He does not seem to have numbers on his sleeves. Maybe he does. It says 3 on his sleeve, so I'm going to guess that's Nikolai Salov. But again, there are players on this Venom team with 1 number on their sleeves and a different number on their backs. That's just how things are with the HC Venom. They just like to make it as difficult as possible for us broadcasters. Shout out to Jim Cerny, the voice of the Venom, for keeping track of it all as best he can throughout this year. We got the face-off deep in Venom territory as Parsons and Salov went off to their own benches. So no penalties coming from that whole fray. moved around this side. Pozar. It launched out. Blaney tried to step up on it. Puck still bouncing around. And finally settled down. Here's Kinski. Long range try, waffle boarded by Cooper. Kinski again, keeps it moving around. Sim takes a look. That puck comes to him. Absorbs contact and he gets it out of the zone. Tecumseh flying in. Drops it off and ends up on Blaney's tape. He'll just float it down deep. First one on it there is Ford. Tied up with Tecumseh. Bodies flying everywhere. Tecumseh up to the top. Simmons Fisher shot. Dink it all the way through. Now Lockney turning towards the net. His shot blocked partially, and Tecumseh just pushed it wide on the rebound. Lockney again around the cage. Prowlers buzzing here. Drops off. The shot stopped by Moriarty. Rebound pops around. And still wouldn't go. Graham for Simmons Fisher across to Heinzel. Millette gets involved. Cycling for Graham. Moriarty has no stick. Lockney collects this puck off the boards. His shot off a stick and up out of play. 1:15 left to go in period 2. Prowlers buzzing in the offensive zone. But they're still at a 2-goal advantage, and Tucker Scantleberry has been released from the sin bin, and he heads back to his bench. Jamie Bussell's line out there for this offensive zone faceoff as Moriarty regathers himself. Long shift for him in the defensive zone. He lost his stick at one point, and a shot come up high, scrambling around. And he kept the puck out of the net. Still 3-1. Off the face-off. Blaney couldn't get it back deep. 2-on-1 for the Venom. Fisher shoots. He scores! Trey Fisher kept it on the 2-on-1. And he ripped it over the blocker's side of Reed Cooper. And the Venom back within a goal again. Cooper may have been thinking pass there, as Fisher able to beat him on the short side for his 6th goal of the season. And Trey Fisher still out there. Again, former Dasher, now turned Venom. He and Austin Federley getting nasty with each other over by the face-off circle. Those two fought when Fisher was a Dasher, and Prowlers and Dashers faced off in Topeka, Kansas earlier this season. Battled for behind the net. 3-on-3 scrum finally pops out. Couple players knocked down. Butler trying to pull it through. 37 seconds left to go in period 2. Finally, it's moved up to Scantleberry. Try to back pass out. It's just too far in front of Sim. And now a whistle and a penalty, slashing the call. And I believe the Prowlers are going back to the power play. They are their 5th man advantage of the game. So immediately after Fisher brings the Venom within a goal, Prowlers right back to the man advantage with 28 seconds left to go. We invite you to tune in to the Moses Rosa Smoke Break second intermission report. We'll chat about this game so far, Prowlers' upcoming schedule, and much more. It's all coming up there on the PHP Network. It's Frank Steinway, the guilty party, in the box. And Port Huron trying again on the man advantage. And for the second time tonight, if they don't score, their power play will leak into the next period. Federley shot deflected. That didn't work. Millette back on goal. And a save by Moriarty, and he hangs on.
Hey fans, let's blow the roof off the old barn. Let me hear you scream!
The second power play of the period for Port Huron, now counting the one from the first period that ended up into this one. Lias Ayla win it over to the boards. Judson and Pozar tied up, and it's kicked up to Lias. Trying to move up short-handed, but he left the puck behind. Final seconds ticking off. And Lias skates into it. Couldn't get a good shot away, and that will do it for 40 minutes of play here at McMorran Place. Prowlers will have a power play to start period 3, and they will have the 1-goal lead. Shots on goal in that second period favoring the Prowlers 16-6. They're up 30-14 for the game, but it is just a 1-goal lead for Port Huron. As the Prowlers head off the ice, soon to be followed by the Venom. Prowlers just trying to beat the Venom for the first time this season, and we'll see if they're able to do it. They'll have to hang on to this lead in the third to get it done. Once again, coming up on the Moses Roses Smoke Break second intermission report. We'll chat about this game so far. Good, the bad, the ugly, parade to the penalty box as well. We'll also take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Prowlers, out-of-town scores, and the game stats. Of course, all the usuals coming your way, so keep it locked in here on the PHP Network for all of your intermission coverage as the Prowlers look to finish off the Venom and get their 6th straight win. And while you're waiting for the third period to begin, you can secure your seats for the Prowlers' next home game. That will be tomorrow, Saturday, March the 22nd. They take on the Mississippi Seawolves for the 5th and final time this season. Prowlers 4-0 against the Seawolves this year. Puck drop is scheduled for 7:05 p.m. and you can get your tickets online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or by scanning the QR code on your screen now. That's online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or scan that QR code on your screen now to be part of the Prowlers' 10th anniversary season. Only a few more home games left for the Prowlers, so make sure you get down here to McMorran Place to see all the action. And it should be a good one again tomorrow against the Mississippi Seawolves. Seawolves are in Fraser tonight, taking on the Motor City Rockers. We will get you updated on that score and all the out-of-town scores as part of our second intermission report. So don't go anywhere. Keep it locked in on the PHP Network.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
not even that much better than you.
Should have just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it! I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
They're cleaning up the chuck of pucks here at McMorran Place. Prowlers and the Venom facing off for the fourth and final time this season. And it's Port Huron with a 3-2 lead heading into period 3. Will Wiggleman here with you on the PHP Network. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. John Moriarty has certainly had a strong game. 27 saves on 30 shots so far. He even has an assist tonight. His team is being doubled up in the shots department, and he has kept them close and allowed them to get a couple on the other end. Moriarty looking for his first victory since December the 20th against the Watertown Wolves. Back then, this team was known as the Hudson Valley Venom, now just HC Venom. HC, of course, standing for Hockey Club. Lots of things happened between then and now. We don't need to go over all of it. We certainly did that while it was happening throughout the season. But it's a team that has certainly been a problem for the Prowlers. They have not been able to solve the Rubik's Cube of the HC Venom this season, despite them being a team that has been below the Prowlers in the standings significantly throughout this year. Venom with 11 wins all season. 3 of them have come against the Port Huron Prowlers. All of them one-goal games, and all of them in regulation. Prowlers here tonight, though, they've certainly controlled play for much of the game. And you can tell that by the shot total, again, 32-14 at this point. But the Venom continue to hang around, and the Venom controlled the game against the Dashers last night, putting over 60 shots on net, and they lost. So certainly you can't let a team hang around, even if it's a team that's below you in the standings, because they can certainly get a couple. These are all professional hockey players. They can certainly get a couple and get themselves back in the game. That's exactly what the Venom did in that second period. Goals from Stavros Soilis and Trey Fisher. Of course, Alex Johnson picking up the power play goal for the Port Huron Prowlers. Lucas Lockney an assist on that. He extends his point streak to 11 games. Lockney been one of the best Prowlers as of late. Certainly one of the best Prowlers whenever he's in the lineup. And certainly a big piece for Port Huron to have as we head towards playoff time. About a month away. And playoff tickets for the Prowlers will be on sale next week. Should be online on the McMorran website, hopefully, again, next week. Exciting times here at McMorran Place as the Prowlers look to win their 6th straight game. They are one of the hottest teams in the FPHL right now. They'll have to have a strong third period here as the Venom not out of it at all. Just a 1-goal deficit. Venom 1 shot away from tying this game up. We take a look at the stats so far in this game. 3-2 lead for the Prowlers. They are currently on their 5th power play of the game, so I haven't put them up there as 1 for 5 yet. They are 1 for 4 so far. Again, on their 5th power play of the game. They'll have 1 minute and 32 seconds of that. when we get started in period number 3. Venom are 1 for 5 on the man advantage, as Soilis's goal was a power play marker. And he's back in the lineup for the first time in a while, and certainly making his presence felt and making a big impact for the Venom. A good veteran presence to have for HC Venom, especially when you have a guy like Dennis Zajac not in the lineup, who leads the team with 23 assists. He did lead the team also with 33 points before Declan Conway arrived, and by arrived I mean at least his rights arrived with the Venom. Certainly Declan Conway is not here with the Venom this weekend, but we'll see if he does report, if Matt Bazarin reports, or if it's just another 2 players to the Venom who get put on fail to report. Talk about guys like Sam Best, Joel Frazee, Helmer Oscarson, Joel Marburg, Anderson, guys who have gone to the Venom fairly recently, and none of them have reported to the team, and certainly is a team that hopes for a lot more stability next season if they are still around. Hopefully they are still around, but we shall see. Right now they are focused on trying to make the playoffs. This is a crucial game for them, and they certainly missed out on a huge opportunity last night, did the Venom, taking on the Dashers, the lowly Dashers, and they lost in regulation. That could have been 3 points closer to the Motor City Rockers for that final play-in spot. And the Venom and Rockers play each other the next 2 nights. We'll take a look at the Rockers score and much more when we come back here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Back here in Port Huron, minutes away from the start of period number 3 between the Prowlers and HC Venom. It's Port Huron with the 3-2 lead. Will Wiggleman with you on the PHP Network. Thanks so much for joining us tonight for the final game between these 2 teams this regular season. And before we get back to this one, take a look at what's next for the Prowlers, their upcoming schedule. They have the Mississippi Seawolves coming to town tomorrow. Seawolves in Fraser tonight, taking on the Motor City Rockers. Meanwhile, next week, Prowlers will be facing those Rockers for the penultimate series between those 2 teams this season. Prowlers have already secured the season series victory, but they play 4 more times, and that Saturday game will be a Casey's Kids Zone night here at McMorran Place. And if you're new around here, Casey's Kids Zone Night means there's all kinds of stuff for the kiddos to do throughout the game. Face painting and all that kind of fun stuff down on the ice, down at ice level on the concourse, as well as a post-game skate with the players. You don't have to have skates for that. Just walk out on the ice, get autographs, get pictures, and meet all of your favorite Prowlers. Again, that's every single Casey's Kids Zone Night all season long. There are 2 more left, and the next one is next Saturday. Of course, first, the Prowlers have to take care of business tonight and against the Mississippi Seawolves tomorrow, and then they'll visit the Rockers a week from tonight. That one a 7:35 puck drop. So stay up a little bit later with us here on the PHP Network. We'll be there in Fraser, or if you do decide to head on down, make sure to cheer loud for the Prowlers. Certainly help out, as the Prowlers do have a great crowd that travels down to Fraser most nights. And we'll see if we can get that as well. Let's take a look around the FPHL now, our out-of-town scores. And while whatever magic the Dashers found last night has already fizzled away, as they are trailing the Danbury Hat-Tricks 6-0 at this point. Chase Harwell has a hat-trick, second-period hat-trick for him. Connor Woolley with 2 goals, Vadim Frolov the other, and it is all Danbury. And Harwell, a big piece for the Hat-Tricks to have back. He did not play against the Prowlers when they faced each other last month. Rockers up big on the Mississippi Seawolves. That's bad news if you're an HC Venom fan, because the Rockers are the team the Venom are chasing for that final play-in spot. That one 7-3 only through 40 minutes of play. Josh Colton and Yegor Kabate have 2 goals and 2 assists apiece. Hunter Hall a goal and a couple of helpers, and it is all Rockers in that one. Again, still 20 minutes left to go there, as Richie Perrant and Ed Coffey have both split the duties in net in this one. Coffey, the starting goaltender tonight for Mississippi, and he gave up 5 goals on 19 shots. Black Bears up big on the Watertown Wolves. That's good news if you're a Prowlers fan. 5-1 late in the second, as the Wolves 5 points behind Port Huron for that 3rd spot in the Empire Division. Zydeco and Bobcats still tied up at 1, as they got through another 20 minutes of play. Scott Schrock, and they changed with the goal for the Zydeco. They changed the one for the Bobcats to Damon Feruseth. Again, 1-1 there in Wytheville. Finally, they just finished up period number 2 in Winston-Salem. Peter Panachek, the only goal there, and the Birds up 1-0 on the Columbus River Dragons. Of course, here it is 3-2 in favor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We take a look at our PHP Network trivia question, and a lot of people know this team. Some people may know the FPHL because of this team. The Dashers broke a tie with what former FPHL team for the fewest wins in a season? Again, we're not counting that Federals team that played like 3 games like 10 years ago. Not counting that. We want an actual team, and it is the Battle Creek Rumblebees, who had just 1 win in the 2019-20 season, 145-2 with 5 points. That was the thing the Dashers had on the Rumblebees. They had 6 points. Rumblebees only finished with 5. Their only win came on the road against the Elmira Enforcers on guaranteed win night that year. But the Dashers now with 2 wins, and they move ahead of the Rumblebees in FPHL lore. Reed Cooper down the goal crease to our right. He has made 12 saves on 14 Venom shots. John Moriarty in the goal crease to our left, 27 saves on 30 Prowlers shots. Port Huron with 1 minute and 32 seconds of power play time as we begin period number 3. Tucker Scantleberry with the puck now. His unit starts off this third period. Scantleberry flies up the left wing side. Bounces it around. Boostel back to Scantleberry. It exploded off his tape, and it's cleared down by Lias. Jonas Lias has become a big part of this Venom team after being unable to carve a spot in the Prowlers lineup, as Simmons Fisher had his shot to the net blocked out of the zone. He's become an important piece for the Venom this season, as Lias 6 goals, 10 points in 24 games for the Venom after going without a point in his Prowlers tenure. Johnson able to keep that clear attempt in. Millette, stick handles. Federley, one-timer. That one rose too tall. Moriarty went down. There's a penalty coming up against the Prowlers. Federley has to go back and touch the puck. Finally, they blow it dead. But somebody came through and clipped Moriarty. And it looks like Lucas Lockney is the one heading to the penalty box. He and a member of the Venom came together right in front of Moriarty, and Lockney ended up running into the Venom netminder. That will take care of the final 21 seconds of this Prowlers power play. Well, some 4-on-4 and then a Venom man advantage for 1 and 39 seconds. And for the Venom, that will be their 6th power play of the game. Talked about how penalties were an issue for the Prowlers on Saturday against the Motor City Rockers, and seems to be continuing. Lias able to win this face-off back. Craig spinning away from some pressure. Bussell on for Chartrand. Turns away from Pozar. Wraps it all the way around. Lockhart will push it back deep. Chartrand over to the far side this time, and it's Parsons on it. As the Venom now on a power play, and now they're on a rush. But the lead pass for Lias, blocked by Bussell. Parsons comes back for the puck, takes a look, and now Lockhart will waste some more time and send it all the way down. Minute 22 left on the Venom's 6th man advantage of the game, as Chartrand was causing some trouble. Finally, the Venom look to work up ice. Steinway gets in, sends it all the way around. Craig tried to bounce it deep. Johnson took over. Chartrand short-handed. Tried to feed a pass across. That didn't work. And the puck bounces over to the near side corner where Soilis grabs it. He has the power play goal for the Venom in this game, and in a similar fashion as the way he's carrying the puck now. This time he passes it off, though. Jelenskis couldn't control, and Lockhart clears. Moriarty spins it over to Fisher. He tapped it back with Dylan Marty in the area. Soilis try to backhand it in. That hits Scantleberry. Here comes Tecumseh with a shorthanded chance, and he'll send it around. He had a shorthanded shot earlier on in this game. Venom getting nothing going on this power play. Belov, cross corner dump. He heads after it along with Lockhart. Lockhart wins the race, and he sends it all the way down. That should take care of the rest of the penalty. For the Prowlers, PK with a strong job there. Lockney fresh out of the box, causing Belov some trouble. Parsons able to pitchfork it in Scantleberry's direction, right out of the scrum. Belov took a hit from Marty as he wrapped it around. Scantleberry the only one there. Centering feed, kicked off escape. Johnson over to Parsons. Wrist shot blocked. Scantleberry spinning behind the cage, trying to shake loose. But his pass up to the point, intercepted. Belov couldn't get around Parsons as Alex Johnson came over for the puck, and he gave it away. Ford dumps it all the way around. Cooper off for Parsons. Off the glass, Millette and Panovanov tie up. Now it's Ford. Fed it up. Johnson back for it. Rims it in Lockney's direction. Tried to chip it along. Parsons back behind his own net. Giveaway. And the quick shot blocked by Graham. And he'll move up ice. Lockney got from the outside. Didn't find the target. That was off a Venom stick. Lockhart. Quick up to Millette. Lockney skates into it. Right, a back pass for Millette. Push it up to the point. Lockhart shot. Blocked down. Venom with more blocked shots in this game. And I wish that was a stat that was kept in this league, because certainly there would be a lot for HC Venom tonight. 5 minutes gone in period number 3. Still searching for our first shot on goal of the frame, although both teams with plenty of attempts towards the net. None of them have made it all the way through. Craig fed it across. Jelenskis pass off. Simmons Fisher took his man down, and it's Chartrand looking for Marty. He was breaking to the net. Craig upended Marty. Loose puck, Chartrand surrounded, and he's tackled down to the ice by Elias. Scantleberry in front. Or else Bussell, pardon me, was looking in front for Heinzel. There's Soilis across. Jelenskis stopped by Cooper, and Jelenskis shot it off the back of the net. Panovanov at the point. He walks the line. Fisher centering feet. Cooper got a stick on it. Steinway across to Panovanov. Sent it through. Save Cooper. And he covers up for a whistle. Some up and down action here in period 3. Still searching for our first goal of the frame. Prowlers with a 3-2 lead. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Back here in Port Huron, still a 3-2 game. Still lots of time left to go in period 3. Venom with the only 2 shots of the period so far. They have an offensive zone face-off here as Trey Fisher lines up against Vinny DeCumbis. One back by DeCumbis. Johnson stops up behind his own net. Harassed. DeCumbis able to slide it up where Federley can collect. Federley over to DeCumbis. Outside try. Tried to slip it across for Sim. Comes off the stanchion. Popped out in front. Sim knocked it down. DeCumbis for Federley in the corner. Up high. Johnson sends it back deep. Panovanov and Federley come together. Hold out by the Venom. They look to head up ice. DeCumbis causing some havoc. Federley with a good poke. It was Kinski who was on that puck. This one tipped into Prowler territory. Johnson the first one on it. As the Venom finish up a change. Here's Lockney flying in on Ford. Lockney drags it through all the way around behind the net. His pass out in front ended up on Lockhart's tape. Lockhart a toe drag. He goes around the cage. And now Graham, Lockney, shoots, save Moriarty. And he drops down to cover the rebound, and now Millette and Ford getting into it. And Stavros Soilis takes Millette's helmet off. Everybody has to be separated here. Remember, Stephen Ford, last time he was in this building, was as a member of the Carolina Thunderbirds, and he earned himself a suspension after throwing some punches at an unwilling Alex Johnson. Everybody will head back to their respective benches. Prowlers send out the Bussell line. 12:33 left to go here in the third. Johnson out there with Simmons Fisher right now, speaking of Alex Johnson. One back by Elias. Ford sends it all the way around. Jumps in, able to keep it in. Love down by Marty. Pushed to the middle of the ice. Simmons Fisher knocked down, but he's able to give it to Bussell. Chartrand up top. Simmons Fisher across. Johnson works his way in on the backhand, forehand, and that one didn't get all the way through cleanly. Bussell takes a look, his shot blocked. And now Jelenskis moves up, has help, gave it to Elias on the backhand, shut down by Cooper. Elias tried to center and Johnson blocked it. Back the other way comes Chartrand, throws a move on Jelenskis. Chartrand, another pull-up move, lost the puck as he did. And he's able to swipe it deep. Craig gonna get that pass through. DeCumbis on the counter. Spins, plays an area pass that Scantlebury skates into. Now DeCumbis collects, and he just shot it wide. Scantlebury back pass out in front. That one hit a member of the Venom. Parsons back in neutral ice for Lockhart. On for Federley. And now Graham fresh off the bench. Try to rink wide feed for Scantlebury. That got blocked up by a stick. Embry dumps it deep and took a hit from Lockhart as he did. Parsons up for Lockney. His touch pass across into an area. And Graham skates over to it. Steinway knocked off his stick by Lockney. Try and launch it out to the Venom. Still tied up. Couple of players in there. And Lockney has it around behind the net. Muscled off by Pozar. One hands it up to Kinski. Kinski sends it deep. Simmons Fisher trying to play it away from Belov. Simmons Fisher indirect feed finds Lockney. He works into the offensive end. Spins back, waits for help, and just cycles it deep. DeCumbis throws a check on Ford, trying to dislodge that puck. Suicide scrum, DeCumbis to the point. Simmons Fisher across looking for Johnson. That was picked off by Belov. Then Johnson and Simmons Fisher, both came back to sandwich Belov. Venom wanted a penalty that they won't get. They will get an icing against the Prowlers, though, here with 9:41 left to go in regulation. We'll take a timeout here on the PHP Network.
EDA, providing local business support for over 70 years. And helping to boost our region's workforce, retain and attract talent. Working to grow the local economy and the flow of money into our community to help businesses be profitable and successful. Focused on improving the region's economic strength and quality of life for residents. To learn more about the EDA of St. Clair County, visit edascc.com.
Explore 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron in Michigan's Thumb Coast. Begin your adventure on a blanket of golden sand at one of our serene beaches. Connect with the historic atmosphere of our region's nautical influence and reconnect with friends under a blanket of stars. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
Back here in Port Huron, Prowlers got a chance to take a breather during that TV timeout, but the same five has to stay out there after the icing. We'll see if the Venom can get something going here on the offensive zone face-off. Trey Fisher will take it against Austin Federley just as soon as they're given the signal to go. Federley able to wrestle it back from Fisher. It's rimmed all the way around, but kept in by Ford. He hit his own man Fisher, and a turnaround try stopped by Cooper. Federley sends it in deep. Ford, after it was Scantleberry, pops up in the air. Panavanov tried to keep it moving. Now to Cumbus towards Scantleberry. Here comes Butler. That hit to Cumbus, and ends up deep in Prowler territory. Federley on for Scantleberry. Flying in, makes a move. He's tripped up. Prowlers want a penalty they won't get. Lockhart able to step in front of a pass. Then the cross corner dump, and then a little reverse hit on Jonas Leas. Jelenskis tripped over the referee's feet. Simmons Fisher at the line, wrists it through, deflected wide. Not sure if Moriarty got a piece of it or not, but it looked like it changed direction on the way through. Simmons Fisher walks in. Slipped it right through the crease. Embry takes over. Pozar hustling up the left wing. His shot blocked by Bussell. Craig sends it in off the back wall. Simmons Fisher on for Marty. Has Lockney going to the net. Marty couldn't get the pass there as Craig lifted his stick. Bounce out of the zone all the way down, and that will be an icing against the Venom with under 8 to go in the Scholes family at McDonald's third period. Prowlers still clinging to a 1-goal lead. This is exactly the type of period that you want to play when you have a lead. Each team with just 2 shots on net in this frame. A low event, not too many things towards the net type of period. Floated down to Johnson. In front, Millette. Catch and shoot. Save by Moriarty. And Graham puts it home. It pinballed around down deep. Matt Graham right on the spot at the side of the cage. And he makes it a 4-2 game. And Graham with goals in 5 straight games now. Or 4 straight games, pardon me. And a huge goal there for Port Huron. Able to get themselves a little bit of insurance. Well, Matt Graham with his team high 20th goal of the season. There's Sharktran looking for more. Able to turn it deep. Panavanov kept it moving. Turnover. Sharktran took a look. Heinzel shoots. That one knocked down by the glove of Moriarty. Now Bussell with a takeaway. Over to Sharktran. Waits. Simmons Fisher unloads and a kick save by Moriarty. Panavanov able to get it up to Butler. Cross corner dump, and both teams making changes here. Reggie Millette and Alex Johnson get the assists on the goal by Matt Graham. Here's Scantleberry back in, unloads a howitzer. It just goes wide along the ice. Pozar lets it go, and a save by Cooper on the shot from neutral ice. Stephen Ford retreats. Up towards a teammate. It's knocked back. Soilis takes a look, and he fired it in off of DeCumbus' stick. Lockhart off the boards, looking for Federley. Ford stepped in front. Now it's Skittleberry on another regroup for the Prowlers. Lockhart skates into it. Across to Blaney. Drops it off. Millette takes a look. Across, Scantleberry. Shot stopped by Moriarty. He left the rebound for a moment. And now Blaney taking some punches from Stephen Ford. As Moriarty covered up. Looks like Mark Blaney heading to the penalty box here. There has to be somebody joining him, I would think. It doesn't look like there will be. And now Millette skating over towards Moriarty, and John Moriarty gave a shove towards Reggie Millette. Millette with a big grin on his face. Gets a talking to from Stavros Soilis. And now Reggie Millette's going to the box. Meanwhile, more players tangled up. Salov and Parsons just had to be separated. Parade to the penalty box continues here. The clock here in the arena was wrong. We've reset to 6:01. Hopefully that is what's correct, but 2 Prowlers, no Venom in the penalty boxes right now. And as it's shaping up, a 5-on-3 for HC Venom unless somebody else heads over to the sin bin. Looks like Mark Posar and Austin Federley will have to get some word from the referees. Mark Blaney got 2 minutes for roughing. There's still more chirping going on between Embry and Chartrand by the benches. Chartrand letting Embry know what the scoreboard says. And now a member of the Venom has sat down in the box. So it may just be a 5-on-4 power play right now for HC Venom. We'll wait until all the penalties come down to let you know. As you see, both referees along with the captains having their conversation. This is heated up just a little bit here as both teams just trying to goad each other into penalties, it feels like at this point. Power plays have been busy. Before this whole incident, Venom had 6 power plays. Prowlers have had 5 tonight. And it looks like this will be the 7th of the night for HC Venom. And just a 5-on-4 power play for the Venom. And a big kill here for Port Huron. 6 minutes left to go. It's a 2-goal game now, but still want to keep it that way. Venom 1 for 6 on the man advantage so far tonight. Off the draw, it's Chartrand. And he slips it along the ice all the way down. Soilis. Across to the left wing side. Chipped in by Kinski. He heads after it. Chartrand beats him there along the glass and gets by everybody and down ice. So Blaney and Millette each got 2 for roughing, and Moriarty 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct. So John Moriarty with an assist and a penalty in this game. 2 things you don't normally see from a goaltender. Soilis weaves his way in. Sends it around. Couldn't be held there cleanly by Kinski. And the Prowlers coming quickly to get that puck out of the zone. Moriarty kept it moving. Minute 2 left on the Venom man advantage. Bounced in. Heinzel kept it away from Lias. Craig shot stopped. The rebound blocked by Simmons. Fisher at the point. It's Craig. Steinway thought about the one-timer, took it, and Cooper able to kick out that left pad. Not sure if he even saw it coming. And he's able to make the save. Lots of traffic in front. Venom back in, offside at the Prowler line. We'll take our final timeout here. 4:38 left to go in regulation. Prowlers up by 2.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We invite you to tune into our next broadcast. That will be tomorrow, Saturday, March the 22nd. The Prowlers host the Mississippi Seawolves. Puck drop is scheduled for 7:05 p.m. and the pregame show starts at 6:50-ish. We'll all be right here on the PHP Network. Prowlers up here right now, 4-2. Their third 2-goal lead of the evening. They were up 2-0 and 3-1 previously, but the Venom have hung around despite being heavily outshot to this point. And their power play is continuing here. Steinway tried to push it up top. Now gets the Panovanov at the point. Panovanov with it again. Couple players battling right in front of Cooper. As the shot comes in, missed. Johnson takes that rim. They took a hit from Belov. The Venom able to regain control. Butler to Steinway, takes a look. Shot deflected. And Cooper able to make the save and hang on. Then Belov and Parsons throwing some hands here. Danila Belov is heading to the box along with Brian Parsons. The two number 16s will take seats here. That shouldn't affect on-ice manpower, as they both get roughing penalties. Face-off will be back deep in Prowler territory. 4 seconds until Blaney steps out of the box, and then it will be back to 5-on-5. Prowlers huddle quick, and then they get Scantleberry to take the face-off against Fisher. Butler lined up right at the top of the circle with Scantleberry. Won the draw back clean. Rimmed all the way around out of the zone, but just before Blaney stepped out of the box, he wasn't able to go out on a breakaway. Steinway, that's the red line, sends it around. Came all the way through to the left point. The attempt towards the net, glove down, and Federley able to chip it out of the zone. Pozar on for Fisher. Tried to move it up the boards, blocked by Bussell. Fisher has it back. Venom playing with it in their own end, just wasting time. Trailing by 2 with 3:16 left to go in period 3. And every game for the Venom, at least coming into this week, was must win. They're 0 for 2 so far this week, and need a couple of goals to keep from going 0-3. And here come the Prowlers the other direction. Federley floats it through. Scantleberry just touched it wide. Scantleberry up top to Lockhart. Walks in. Doesn't take the shot. Goes behind the net. Scantleberry back in front looking for Lockhart. Federley was tied up. Looks like a penalty coming up against the Prowlers. And a high stick is signaled. I believe this is going against Brett Lockhart. Or is it Austin Federley? No, it is Brett Lockhart who's heading over to the box. Another Venom power play here. Their 7th of the night. And we mentioned it again last Saturday. Prowlers took a ton of penalties against the Motor City Rockers. We're looking for that to be something that they cleaned up. Not quite yet here tonight. Face-off coming deep in Prowler territory to begin. Again, the 8-man advantage of the night for the Venom. Brand to take the face-off against Leas. And off the draw, Johnson able to float it all the way down. As the true balance penalty kill has seen a lot of time, and they're right back out there. Chartrand with a steal behind the Venom net. He's in deep short-handed, fires it all the way back down to Prowler ice. Leas hustling after it. Cooper for Heinzel, and he gets it out. Chartrand almost got a touch on it, tried to chip it by Craig, but couldn't do it. Craig works in, his shot stopped, and Heinzel clears the rebound. Leas turnaround try, that one deflected past the cage. Johnson taken down, penalty coming up here against the Venom. That'll be Stavros Soilis. Tripping is the signal. And with 1:20 left on this Venom power play, it will be negated. We'll have some 4-on-4 with just over 2 minutes left to go in regulation. We'll keep an eye on John Moriarty. Of course, he won't be able to head to the bench now as the faceoff is down in his end. Soilis unhappy with the call. The Prowlers will get a very, very brief power play, about the final 40-ish seconds of this game. And if it does get to that point, if there are no more penalties, that will be the Prowlers' 6-man advantage of the night. Draw one back by Bussell. Leas takes a hit from Federley, and it's Craig. Looking to work his way up ice. Moriarty still hanging out in his goal crease. No hurry to get him out of the net for MJ Markle. Simmons Fisher hustles up. Bussell back to Simmons Fisher. He couldn't get a good shot away. Frank Steinway drops it off for Craig. He weaves in. Craig from the outside, and his shot swallowed up by Reed Cooper. And again, John Moriarty not leaving his goal crease. His team trailing by 2, just 1:19 left to go. And the face-off deep in the Prowler zone. 4-on-4 continues. Chartrand wins the draw back. Johnson gives it to him. And now on for Sim, 1-on-1 against Panavanov. Johnson hustles to the loose puck. Around behind the net, Sim first on it in the corner. Cycles it for Chartrand. He's taken in by Panavanov. He sends it all the way around to Johnson in the final minute. Parsons tried to float it through, came across in Chartrand's direction, but he was tied up. Here is Chartrand behind the cage, tried to center, and Ford takes over there. 40 seconds left. It's now a Prowlers power play, and now Moriarty goes to the bench. 30 seconds left to go. 2-goal game. And looks like there's actually a delayed penalty against the Prowlers. As it comes in on Cooper, he covers up for a whistle and a face-off. How about another penalty? This one to Daniel Chartrand, and that will make it 4-on-4 for the rest of the hockey game. This will not be the 9th power play of the game for the Venom, but just yet another penalty. 23.1 seconds are up here on the clock here at McMorran Place. Stick around after this one for the post-game show. We'll break this one down. We'll also give you our first ever Gunter Graphics Player of the Game. Always getting new partnerships throughout this season as Trey Fisher has to go back to the bench because Moriarty's back between his pipes, back in the crease. And again, we're at 4-on-4 now. Hopefully we can end this game in relatively short order. Butler, he's tripped down. Arms stay down. Craig keeps it in on goal, and Cooper continues to pad the stats with a glove save there. Reed Cooper up to 23 saves tonight on 25 shots. Venom with 11 in this third period. They had 14 shots in the first 40 minutes. Scantlebury and Leas will take this face-off. Scantlebury wins it back. Simmons Fisher hanging on to it. And the Prowlers have won 6 straight. They defeat the Venom for the first time this season, 4-2 your final. And Port Huron, the hottest team in the FPHL, with another victory. It was a close one, and certainly an uncomfortable one for the Prowlers, but 3 points is 3 points. Prowlers move to 27, 16, and 6, and they're past the 80-point mark, up to 81 points this season. And you got to think the door is closed for the Venom at this point. Try and get that last play-in spot. They've lost their 4th straight game, down to 11, 30, and 3. Still at 33 points, pardon me. And 6th in that Empire division. As the Prowlers get set to salute their fans here. We'll be right back with the post-game show here on the PHP Network. Please do make sure you come back for our next broadcast. That will be tomorrow, March the 22nd, when the Prowlers take on the Mississippi Seawolves. 7:05 puck drop here at McMorran Place. So if you can make it out, be sure to come out to McMorran Place and check out the Prowlers and the Seawolves. If you can't make it, see you here on the PHP Network. Post-game show is next.
Seriously, not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it! I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
Should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com. Back here at McMorran Place, Prowlers celebrating their 6th straight win as they take down HC Venom tonight. And it is time now to go back through this one, goal by goal, as Prowlers got things started in the first period. It was Austin Federley breaking a goal drought, a 9-game goal drought for him, as Tucker Scantlebury and Vinny DeCumbis picked up the assists, and it was 1-0 Prowlers midway through that first period. A minute 10 later, Tristan Sim able to make it 2-0. And Sim picking up his 8th goal of the year, and he snaps a 5-game point drought. Lucas Lockney an assist on that one. He extends his point streak to 11 games. In the second period, Venom bit back as Stavros Soilis went end-to-end on the power play, make it a 2-1 game. Prowlers responded with a power play goal of their own. Alex Johnson, the one who deflected home a shot from Austin Federley at the point. And it was 3-1 Prowlers at that point. Venom again got back within a goal. Final minutes, Trey Fisher on a 2-on-1. He keeps it, and he goes to the top shelf for his first goal with the Venom and made a 3-2 game going into the third. Prowlers hung on throughout that period. Matt Graham gave them some insurance on a puck that pinballed around the crease. And Graham, with his team-high 20th goal of the season. And that was it for the scoring tonight. Reed Cooper gets the victory for the Prowlers after making 23 saves. John Moriarty takes the loss after a 34-stop performance. 3 stars of the game tonight, Reggie Millette with 2 assists. The 3rd star, Lucas Lockney, 2 assists. The 2nd star, and Alex Johnson, a goal and an assist. The 1st star of the game tonight. And Johnson also our Gunther Graphics player of the game. Gunther Graphics, your go-to guy for logos, websites, and branding. And Gunther Graphics also our newest partner here with the Port Huron Prowlers. Happy to welcome them aboard. And you'll hear from Alex Johnson. Tune into Prowlers social media to hear his interview and every Gunther Graphics player of the game interview the rest of the season. Let's take a look at the totals from tonight's game. 4-2 win for the Prowlers. Outshoot the Venom 38-25. The penalties racked up for both sides, mostly for Port Huron, as they surrender 8 power plays in this game. They killed off 7 of them, but certainly not a recipe for success to continue giving up that many power plays if you're the Port Huron Prowlers. But they certainly are the hottest team in the FPHL right now, as they have won 6 straight games. When we come back, one last look at the out-of-town scores. We'll tell you what game you should be tuning in once we close things out. So don't go anywhere and don't start channel surfing around the FPHL. We'll tell you what game to check out. So keep it here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
We'll welcome him back one final time here at McMorran Place. Prowlers have won 6 straight games. They defeat the Venom for the first time this season in their final meeting, 4 to the final. Take a look around the FPHL. Not too many close games. As we start with the hat tricks, up 8-0 on the Dashers. That one late in the third. Chase Harwell has a hat trick and an assist. Jacob Ratcliffe a goal and 2 helpers. Johnny Ruiz 3 assists. As the hat tricks dominating the Dashers, who just picked up a win last night. Josh Colton has 5 points now for the Motor City Rockers, and they are up 8-3 as they wind down the third period against the Mississippi Seawolves. 3 other Rockers with 3-point nights: Hunter Hall, TJ Sneath, and Yegor Kabateyev. Late in the third in Watertown, it's a 6-1 game in favor of the Binghamton Black Bears. Cam Clark leading the way with 2 goals and an assist. Chris Mott and Nicholas Swain with a goal and an assist apiece. There were close games, though, in the Continental Division. And the one you should be tuning into is that one there on the right. First, we'll tell you about the Baton Rouge Zydeco, who trailed 2-1 with under 6.5 to play, but Nick Catola tied it, and Elijah Wilson, just under 4 minutes left, gave the Zydeco all 3 points. That is a huge game in the Continental Division standings. As coming into tonight, the Zydeco and the Bobcats were tied for 4th place, and whoever gets into 4th gets to host that 1-game play-in. So the Zydeco now a 3-point lead on the Bobcats with 2 games in hand for that 4 seed. Justin McDonald tied the score in the third. They're still playing in the third in Winston-Salem. Thunderbirds and Dragons, that's the game I think you should tune into. Now that we're all done, Prowlers 4-2 winners over HC Venom here tonight. One last reminder, tune into our next broadcast tomorrow night when the Prowlers host the Mississippi Seawolves. Puck drop scheduled for 7:05 p.m. Pre-game show starts at 6:50. It's all right here on the PHP Network. Thanks so much for tuning in with us tonight. For Kim running the camera, I'm Will Wiggleman. We will see you next time right here on the PHP Network.